Welcome to another roast video. How bad can they be? Trust me, they're all pretty terrible. Let's do this. I wish these files would transfer faster. Come on! Whoa, is that the Firecuda 510 NVMe drive with its blistering fast speeds of 3450 megabytes a second read, 3200 megabytes a second write, and capacities of up to 2 terabyte? I can have these files transferred in no time. And if I'm looking for the ultimate performance, I could even get the 4th generation Firecuda 520. I better check the link in the description to find out more details. So before we get started, I want to make it clear that this is kind of all in the interest of entertainment, and all of my comments should be taken as such, as a joke, and not taken seriously. I mean, come on, who takes me seriously anyway? So let's get started. First up is Nick J1392, who looks like he kind of has one of those desks from the 90s, displaying his terrible choice in movies and games. I mean, the one that stands out is the Whedon cut of Justice League. I mean, come on, honestly, one of the worst films ever. You need to burn that shit. I kind of feel like there's a bit too much going on here as well, with kind of two headsets and what looks like either a baby monitor or the most ghetto doorbell speaker I've ever seen. Honestly, I'm so confused by the nostalgia in this picture alone. So one saving grace, he does actually have a good choice with the peripherals, with the Corsair K70 RGB Mark II and a Corsair mouse. Again though, that desk. I mean, come on, it has a sliding tray for your keyboard and mouse. You realise we're in 2021, right? So the PC itself, it basically looks a bit like a fish tank. Apparently it's a custom case, and custom normally means you kind of paid more for it. I hope whoever kind of really custom made it actually paid you to take it off their hands. Again, with the nostalgia, it has a Blu-ray drive, probably for watching that terrible version of Justice League, but I digress. The colour scheme, I've got to admit, it's not great. Blue and green. Purple and green would have probably looked a lot better, and for someone who's taken a lot of time to do a custom loop, you've then kind of ruined it with the finishing touches. Like a red SATA cable. I mean, it's a SATA cable. They are cheap as chips. Go and buy one that's not red. Seriously, any other colour would have been better. So I could rant about the soft tubing, but in all honesty, it's not that bad. I would have tried to make it, I don't know, have some cleaner runs, but overall not bad. Though the coolant does look, I don't know, kind of different in the res compared to the tube, so it does look like some kind of clouding has actually happened in your tubing. Sort it out, mate. Also, the glass, I mean, that looks grimy as hell, so maybe break out the Windex and at least clean it. Once in a while. Now, lastly, I don't know who taught you how to, PC. I can only assume that you learned everything from The Verge because, well, your memory's in the wrong slots. And I've done you a favour here. I've actually got a little poem for you. Are you ready? Roses are red, violets are blue. Insert your RAM in slots 4 and 2. So next up is Storm. He's a Patreon, so I'm not going easy on you, Storm. No way. Firstly, anime on the AIO. We've got another adult who still thinks he's a bit of a kid. He's not. He's an idiot. Isn't that right, Storm? He's also gone for the I Build a PC starter kit with the Leon Leo 11 Dynamic. Way to be original. I mean, come on, it's kind of been done to death now, hasn't it? He's also showing his hipster ways with a plant from IKEA. I mean, come on. Again, way to be original, Storm. Shut up. Also, what's with the squash mouse mat? I mean, I can only assume it's to hide that desk, which again, kind of looks like it's from the 90s, mate. On the desktop, he's kind of got way too many icons going on, personally, for me. The funny thing is, I can see that he does have the GOG launcher installed, so, pretty decent, but clearly you didn't fancy using it as, I don't know, a launcher? Time for another one, and this one is from Owen. Apparently he's just done some upgrades, so this should be fun. He did say that he has used the handy dandy eTeknix toolkit, so as always, way to suck up. But that's not going to help you here, Owen. Sorry, but it's just not. So let's take a look. Okay, so straight away, a few things stand out. The first being the mouse mat. I mean, give it a bloody clean. It's also got some questionable white stuff on it. I mean, you didn't expect me to skip over that, did you? It also doesn't look like you have actually much room to even really use your mouse. I mean, we probably have a controller gamer over here because seriously, how were you going to be gaming on that? It also looks like his setup is inside some kind of a sauna or, I don't know, maybe a log cabin. Maybe that's why he's gone with a water-cooled rig to keep things nice and cool inside the sauna. Admittedly, the PC actually looks good, but obviously he's used a distro plate, so come on, even a 2-year-old can do that. So good job there, little buddy. He has used the same O11 Dynamic starter PC pack, and he's actually using the rear of the case as an intake for the fan, which, I don't know, is a bit weird. Also, what's with the pink RAM? Did you forget before you even took these pictures? I don't know. Owen also wanted to show us that lights can change colour. There's a few pictures here that sort of show that. So thanks for that, Owen. We were all blissfully unaware that RGB could do more than one colour. And also, a Deadpool toy inside the PC. I mean, come on. When did this become a thing? Maybe I'm just old. So time for another Patreon supporter with this setup from the Paul Canning, who appears to have built his PC next to, I can only describe as a rock climbing wall. His whole setup has a kind of pink, blue, Aurora neon kind of thing going on, which I guess looks alright, but not exactly for a grown man, eh, Paul? He decided to switch things up with the monitors. He's gone with 3 monitors, which actually look completely mismatched. And above one is his camera, which I'm sure he uses for his OnlyFans videos, coupled with a small kind of looking, I don't know, a sofa maybe? Has anyone else actually subscribed to your OnlyFans yet, apart from your mum yet, Paul? Also, he's another one who's gone for the O11 dynamic case with a distro plate. I mean, this time he's gone with the Razer edition, so he's mixed it up. He's now got green USB ports and some green lighting. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, he's clearly kind of, I don't know, part of the cult of Razer. He's even got a GPU backplate that says Razer on the back of it. I mean, come on. Paul, also, you know, thanks. You uploaded a terrible quality video to show us how lighting works. Can we all just take a moment to thank Paul for showing us this kind of useless work of art? Thank you, Paul. Thank you. So we do have another Patreon entry from Steph90. Thanks for your support and all that, but let's get on to the show that you've graced us with. So, firstly, let's talk about the chair from the ultra-popular, world-renowned Bigzia. Who the is that? It's positioned nicely next to the dog bed though, which I'm sure is when he's in the doghouse, but it's probably so his poor dog has to sit next to him when he's making all of these poor decisions in life. Monitor-wise, I'm a little bit confused by this one. They actually look slightly different, but you could have at least made them level with each other. And sort those icons out. There's just, again, way too many for my liking. PC-wise, I mean, it's a pre-built because clearly Steph doesn't have the mental capacity of building his own PC. Do you, Steph? And the other thing, I don't know, I'm kind of intrigued. Where do you actually put your legs with all those drawers kind of sitting underneath and then the PC? Where do your legs go? Overall, I'm going to rate this one. We only have one picture, so there's not really much to go on, but I give it a comfortable -5 out of 10. So lastly, we have Pletro, who hasn't really given us much to go off other than he has a non-existent GPU. What he does have on the screens and in the posters are kind of a bunch of cars that he'll probably never own. I mean, if you can't afford a GPU, what makes you think you can afford a Nissan GTR? Though, I guess at the moment they are kind of around the same price with the way that GPUs are going. Am I right? So speaking of the monitors as well, why does it kind of look wonky? I can only imagine that you walk around everywhere like this. Icon wise, there's not really much going on apart from what looks like Origin. I mean, who even uses Origin anymore? And I can't quite make it out, but in the top left, is that Nice Hash? For a guy who doesn't have a GPU, you're still trying to be part of the dirty f***ing miners club, aren't you? Also, yep, we've got another one with a fake plant. I mean, come on, what is it with the fake plants being, I don't know, frankly, everywhere? F*** off. Honestly, after the first roast video, I expected better, but I guess I just have to kind of, I don't know, lower my already stupidly low expectations because, come on guys, these just sucked. Remember, if you do want your setup featured in the next roast, then head over to our Discord and put up the specs and some pictures in your roast channel. Can you come up with anything better? I mean, probably not, but it's always fun to see you try. Just remember, I think I can. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know exactly what to do, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye-bye. Guys, is that what's coming next? We're doomed.